Hi everyone, I'm your host Charlene Shirk, and welcome to Digital Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us from Venice, California is Jack Paxton from Top Growth Marketing. Jack, thank you so much for joining us today on Digital Champions.
Thanks for having me, Charlene.
Well, tell us what you're doing over there to get some top growth marketing going.
Sure. So we essentially help digital marketing. We do digital marketing for e-commerce companies, and we help them with their social and search ads, email marketing, SMS, and ideally we're day-to-day working on helping e-commerce companies grow online. And yeah, I've got a bunch of awesome stuff to share this today, and excited to get into it.
Well, share away. My next question is usually when your clients are coming to you, are they coming to you to build something from scratch, or are they coming to you because they're not quite getting the results that they are hoping to get from their efforts?
Yeah, so Los Angeles is actually the highest density of Shopify stores in the world. So we work a lot with Shopify. So most of the brands that we work with, D2C, e-com, Shopify brands who are selling some sort of physical product. A lot of them are already making a little bit of money, but they need help scaling and getting to that next level. So they need to understand how to acquire new customers at a reasonable rate through paid advertising. Because a lot of stores will get started organically and they'll be able to generate maybe $5, $10, $15,000 a month in revenue just from organic stuff. And then once you start getting into the paid stuff, that's when you can really hit the accelerator and grow. But you've got to make sure you're doing it profitably. So I would say it's kind of medium-sized brands, and it's half between people who wanted to get started with ads and then half with people who are just not seeing the ROI that they want.
And let me ask you, the one constant about digital marketing is that it's constantly changing, and we've had a lot of privacy lockdowns that are coming, cookies are going away. So particularly when you are selling a product, that information is so important to have to be able to know your customer and to see your customers' buying habits. How are you preparing for these changes, and how are you getting clients prepared for it?
Yeah, so it's more important than ever to be collecting first-party data. So just to simplify that, think of first-party data as name, email, phone number. And essentially, this is a direct line to that potential customer or existing customer. So you want to be really leaning into email and SMS because they are very strong channels in terms of ROI. And then you want to be using your paid advertising for more top of the funnel, more prospecting for new customers. And you need to be getting a little bit more creative with how you track that performance, because the cookies and the pixel data limitations have obviously had an effect on a lot of the different platforms, and it has made it harder for brands to track their performance for sure. But yeah, if you're using dedicated landing pages, you're setting up conversion APIs, you're building in a lot of email and SMS into your marketing systems, you can usually come out better than you were going into the updates from Apple and the cookies. I think we still have for a little while, but they'll be definitely disappearing probably next year. So there's a lot of different things you can be doing now to sort of navigate through those waters. And, even though it was tough last year, and I think this year it will still be a little bit unstable with the ad platforms, I think overall tracking will start to get better over the long run as these platforms adjust to the new environment. And then brands also get a little bit more clever on how they track that performance, and then also how they invest that time and money into creative and strategy and promotions and offers, rather than just kind of like relying on ad networks to find the customers.
And Jack, can we pick your brain a little bit about how do you balance that messaging, getting the emails, getting the text, so that you're not, overwhelming your customer and then they end up, unsubscribing or unfollowing? What's the secret, formula to make sure you're in front of them, but you're not overwhelming them with your information?
Yeah, so a lot of this comes down to segmentation. So you will have users who do want to get contacted, every week. And then you'll have users who only want to get contacted once a month. So for starters, really separating out your paid advertising into prospecting and remarketing. So prospecting, people who have never discovered your brand before, brand new person. Your goal there is the first touch point, collect an email, collect a phone number, or get a low value purchase. And then, as you go into remarketing, that's where you're doing the segmentation on how often someone wants to be contacted, and that's when you put them into different buckets. So, how many times your ad is going to show to that person, how many emails you send to that person. If they opt into text messaging, should you text them? So a lot of it comes down to the segmentation.
Jack, those are great tips. I think everybody needs to know that, because if this is going to be our main form of communication, you need to make sure you have the right balance. Thank you so much for sharing all that you know with us today on Digital Champions.
Thanks, Eileen. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it was our pleasure. And if you'd like to learn more about what Jack is doing over there at Top Growth Marketing and check out his website, it's awesome. You can find all that information and a link to him through dailyadbrief.com. Well, that's going to do it for us today. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk. Thank you for watching Digital Champions, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.